work product sample for hours equals price dot coin. This is exploring advanced uh, economy scale and society scale implications of hours equals price being a big thing, right? Like if this takes over 50% of GDP, which seems to be the projections, then what the hell does that mean for the economy? So I've been researching answers to those questions on the worldsocialism.org SPG forum. Right now I'm talking to people in the general discussion subforum on the topic of Marx and automation. This is page 26 of a very long conversation, and my comment is number 42,987 for the board, I guess. I don't know if that's the count for the discussion or... Anyways, this is like the information black hole where I can test out my ideas without worries that they'll go viral and escape into the wild. The people here are isolated, old-style, diehard socialists who quote Marx and Lenin, and they're really, some of them are really bright in terms of like a lot of wisdom that can be used to inform the currency design. So I've been like using their feedback to make design a protocol for our hOEP.coin, and the protocol for hOEP.coin that I envision was largely developed with the help of the totally pissed off, angry at me, and annoyed help who tried not to help me. People at worldsocialism.org SPGB. So that's the SPGB is the social. Something about Great Britain. I don't know. They're a local team, but they're very vocal. And some of them are brilliant. They hate me, but a lot of them have really good ideas that have totally helped out. So I'm going to read one. And the immediate relevance isn't real clear, but when you think about the long-term effects of what we're discussing at hOEP.coin, I think it does have a relevance. Anyways, Alan Kerr wrote, at Steve San Francisco, who or what is shifting total sunlight around in a way that keeps trees alive? This is sort of a follow-up to an earlier question where, let's see. Oh, here we go. So Alan Kerr started with Bellamar, you are complicating your answer. 1. The logic of capitalism decides. That reads like saying that the market decides. If the rest of your comment is saying the market is not your answer, then we're still waiting for your answer. I'm sorry, but what you give instead of an answer is too long and full of things that I can't agree with that I would need more than a short reply. That would take us away from the question. We have a private partnership of the means of production. No one owner knows what the other owners are doing, so who or what is shifting total labor around in a way that keeps us alive? So I wrote back, I've been pursuing a ecosystem model, you see. Of the economy. Like we should be thinking in terms of Keynesian graphs or even supply and demand graphs. So we need an ecosystem model or a weather prediction type model of the economy. Something numerical, something that can be tested against real world evidence in micro situations and macro situations. Something that gives us basically the predictive power of an integrated global weather prediction model, like for climate change. Only want something like that for the economy. So I wrote back, who or what is shifting total sunlight around in a way that keeps trees alive? We have private ownership by, oh. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, I'm just too high to read this right now. And I'm having a wonderful morning. So I'm not going to read this. But what I will say is if you want to read it, go to this page here and look for comment number 263. I'm actually, this is part of I go through this a little bit. I think maybe my comments actually start on like 200. So you might need to read back a little ways, or you might be able to search on my name to just see what, let's see, Steve San Francisco. Will that work? Yeah. Apply. Okay, sure. Apply. The UI on this is so archaic. It's like 1980s style BBS. No, that didn't work. Maybe just Steve. No. See, I bet it doesn't do Alan Johnston either, right? Yeah. Yeah, this BBS just sucks. That's why I chose it, though. It's a 1980s style BBS that is like hard as hell to oh yeah, this was me editing, but it's not gonna load because access denied. Yeah, that's fine. It just doesn't want us to edit it by hitting the back button to get to an edit page. Whatever, it's kind of like it's an old school BBS, and that's why I like it, because information goes in to this website, but it doesn't come out. There's like almost no feedback. So if my ideas are good or bad and they're going to destroy society, I get a do-over. No one will hear about it if I convince people here. So I'm not actually trying to convince them most of the time. Some of the time I am, but a lot of times I'm testing their defenses to the idea, their reluctance. I'm doing user research testing on them as well as using them for brainstorming raw material. If they happen to agree with me and want to make that part of their discussion, then that's great. But it's kind of a secondary goal to me, although I'm sure a primary goal to them. Anyways, go to this page here and read about the ecosystem analogy for modeling an economy. And I think that's really relevant to what we're doing with hOEP.coin. And you could also just pause the video and like read it that way. But I don't want to like go through the work of doing all the pages for you, just so you can pause it on YouTube and watch this and read it there. Well, that would be nice and worth my time. You know what? If people like upvote the idea and ask me to do it, then I'll spend my time on it. Yeah, that sounds fair. So how do I stop this from recording? Okay, here. And then I'll upload this to my YouTube channel.